What's up, everybody? Had an awesome PCP movie night tonight. Star Wars, Journey to the Force Awakens. We did episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Alright, everybody, Rockin' Robbie here. We are here with Jelani and Tad. Empire Strikes Back. Tad, what'd you think about it on the rewatch?
Still my favorite out of all of them. Still the best. Still looking forward to the new one a lot.
Oh yeah,
it's a good chance it might overthrow.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be that good.
I think so.
What about Empire? Like, why is it one of your favorites? Why do you think it's the best?
Well, it kind of destroyed the whole idea everyone has about good guys have to win. And
oh, absolutely.
In this case, all these secrets are revealed. In all honesty, if George Lucas had just made A New Hope and nothing else, he could have ended the entire Star Wars with one movie. Empire Strikes Back left you hanging and said, well, what now? What happens? Left you wondering what goes next.
And was it not one of the first movies to leave you hanging like that? Like, for real? Yeah. Like, just to leave you dangling like that. Speaking of leaving you dangling, Jelani, what'd you think about Empire on the rewatch?
It's a great segue. I love that movie. Everything Tad said, I agree with.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wow, it is amazing. It is an amazing film because it's a dark film. It's the Empire striking back. I mean, the Death Star was destroyed in New Hope. It's the biggest fight that you'll ever see. It's Darth Vader actually taking charge, because before he was kind of a lackey. Now he stepped up because, you know, that was a huge failure. And he wants to strike back. And that's how I enjoy that film. It's so dark. Oh yeah, by the way, Boba Fett, I don't know why people like that guy.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he's useless.
Like, for real, he doesn't really do too much.
He doesn't do too much in that film. And he doesn't do anything in the other films either, but we're not going there because we're only doing this one. And he's pretty lazy. He has people moving his own cargo. I don't like it.
Yeah, lazy Boba Fett.
Lazy ass Boba
Jelani
Fett.
kept screaming. You know, I agree with you both. I think it's the best film in the franchise. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think it gets dark. It has a lot of messages that it sends us. I think the action, I think the dialogue, I think the story, everything gets so much better than New Hope. You know, the story is much less, you know, cut and dry. There's a little bit more ambiguity to it. You know, there's a lot more that's left up to you to decide. You know, and I really like the movie.
And if it ended right there, if Star Wars ended right there, you'd be like, that's pretty dark.
If Star Wars ended at the end of Empire, I don't think people would like this franchise.
I don't like the franchise.
No.
It was such a downer.
I'm John, Hammer Time Holshoe. We just watched Empire Strikes Back. Of course, with me is Brooks and Mark. What'd you think about the film, Brooks?
That's alright. No, I'm just kidding.
Shit.
Empire is the best Star Wars movie, because in the original trilogy, A New Hope is like a tasty appetizer, and Empire is like the meal that you've been waiting for. I mean, it's the real meat of the story. It's where you learn the scope of this conflict. You see the rebels really for the first time, and the Empire for the first time. You know, the size and the, you know, pretty.
Yeah, you don't realize just how big the Empire is.
In the first one kind of just scratches the surface of, you know, this whole world of stars and wars. Empire expands on that.
Mark, what'd you think?
I have to agree.
Is this your first viewing of this film? Oh my god.
film?
Sorry to interrupt you. Okay, what were you saying?
Oh, it's great. I like it because, like you're saying, it is a beginning. The last movie kind of built up to it. It told you the Empire was scary, but it didn't really show you that it was scary. It showed you that Darth Vader was a big, big threat. That he was important. It reinforced that. And I have to agree. Yeah, I don't want to be promoted in that world because if you mess up one time, that's it.
It force chokes
They
you.
don't believe in second chances.
Yeah.
The dark side is not forgiving.
Matter whether you're feet away or galaxies away, as long as he sees you on the screen, he can kill you.
It was fantastic. I loved it. It was great.
I was gonna say I enjoyed it. Return is my favorite of the Star Wars films, so I get a lot of shit from the other guys at PCB. But I really like Empire. I don't think Empire is a bad film. It's a great film. It ends on a down note, but thus is life, right? But it's a great film. The scene with Hoth at the beginning is beautifully shot, and the snow and the AT-ATs. It's an awesome film. It's a fun film. It is depressing, but it's a spectacular film that really shows a lot more depth to the Star Wars universe, and it's a great sequel, one of the greatest sequels of all time.
All right, guys, let's talk about the themes real quick. You know, we talked a little bit before the movie about how in the first Star Wars, A New Hope, it was very good versus evil. Very stark. You know, it's very black and white. You know, there's good and there's evil. There's bad guys and there's good guys. And this movie is more about the evil within. The fact that evil is not some outside force around us, but actually something that comes from within. So we don't have to just battle evil from without, but from within. But when it is coming from within and from without, it is a towering force in our lives, and it can be overwhelming. Look at the AT-ATs, right? They are towering over the little tiny rebels, right? Vader, in Bespin, when he's about to confront Luke, he's towering above him, you know, on top of the staircase.
Yeah.
But in this movie, we find out that even Vader serves a higher purpose and a higher master. And when you first see the Emperor, he is above Vader. And the first time you see Vader bow down. But it's about battling the evil within you, because only by acknowledging that the dark side exists in everything. The Force has a light side and a dark side. And you must master both forces in order to be a true master of the Force, right? What do you think about some of the themes, Jolene?
I like the themes of this movie. I like Yoda being there. Once again, it's spirituality for me.
Yeah.
It's the Force. It moves us all. And it's how you... It's kind of like karma. If you do good things will happen to you. You do bad things will happen to you. And that's the Force in general.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Like, it took a while to happen to Vader and Palpatine.
But you get it. You get it. And plus, if I had a choice, just for a theme, I'd rather be a Sith, lightning fingers. I enjoy it. I mean, I want to learn to do that. I don't...
But you still get the spirituality and the duality of it. You know, because this movie stresses the duality of man and of the Force.
It really does.
Of spirituality. There's a good side and a bad side. There is a good point where spirituality can enlighten you and make you a better person and help you interact with other people and bring light into this world. But there's also a side of spirituality and or religion that can make you very detestable, can make you very judgmental of other people, can make you hold people down and hold them to your standards. So even faith and spirituality is a double-edged sword. There's a light side and a dark side. You know, speaking of duality and not being able to correlate the two, Tad, what do you think about some of the themes of this movie?
I think I like the theme that the gray area where Luke is in.
Yes,
It's
right in between.
He's trying to figure out a good balance with his powers. He's learning that he could be a champion, that he's this great person already. He's the leader of Rogue Squadron. He's destroyed the Death Star. He's a commander now, and he thinks he's hot shit. He really does.
Oh, yeah.
And as he's training with Yoda, he thinks a lot of this stuff is a waste of time. What he needs to learn the important things.
Oh, he screams at him like, well, "I don't even know why I'm here."
Yeah, but even Yoda says he's too old for this.
Not once does he learn any kind of lightsaber fighting from Yoda.
Not once. He doesn't learn that. He doesn't need to.
Probably one of the most important things is what he's thinking.
Maybe because his last mentor just lied like a motherfucker to him, but of course he doesn't really realize all that.
Right.
But some good themes in this movie, you know, about dealing with the evil within. I agree with both of you guys on that.
So the theme of Empire, I think the previous movie was Hope. I think this one's more about inner conflict, inner struggle. We got Luke, who he's struggling with the dark side. It's easier to be seduced by the dark side. We later find out that, spoiler alerts, his father is from the dark side, or is on the dark side. So we deal with that a lot, and you even see, and Robbie pointed this out, he's a neutral color. He's wearing gray. You don't have the white, you don't have the black. He wears a neutral color because he's in the middle. Even though he was the hero in the first film, you know, it's easier to be seduced by the dark side. It's easier to take the dark sides, to go in that direction. And ultimately find out Vader's his father, I think, has a big impact on him. But yeah, that's what I felt a big theme of the movie. Mark, what did you feel was the theme of this film?
Free choice and destiny. Because a lot of times in the movie they reference, you know, one of the reasons they didn't tell Luke who his father was because they believed it become his destiny to become evil, just like his dad. And they talked about his destiny to be a savior. Like, it was, to him, he believed he had free choice to be good or evil, and he should explore both sides. But Yoda tried to warn him against the dark side, and Vader tried to pull him to the dark side. They believe in destiny and fate and the finality of the universe and things like that.
What do you feel the theme of the film was, Brooks?
Well, theme kind of coincides with Revenge of the Sith is doing the wrong thing for the right reasons. You know, like Luke going to save Han and Leia seems like the wrong thing to Yoda, but he's doing it for the right reason because he loves his friends. And that's the same decision Anakin had to make way back when. Is like, was it more important to save his wife or to, you know, save the entire galaxy? And, you know, he did it out of love, but it was still the wrong thing to do.
All right, everybody, and like we always say at PCP, if you want to really know what your movies are about, you got to do one thing: dig.
I don't get the dig thing.
I still don't.
That's the first time I've heard that one.